go. Crash and flow.
The amount of freaking out about Ibrahim Traore that I'm seeing online is great, dude. Man, I want to see an uprising of the African nations. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like another one? The guy with his motorcycle like gloves.
Bro.
Everywhere
Street Fighter character.
He goes, he's wearing motorcycle gloves with the Kevlar with on the knuckles.
He literally looks like the second generation Street Fighter
Yeah.
character. Burkina Faso. Where you get there.
Right, and then in the previous one, it was like someone betrayed his father. Now he's here to avenge him, to fight on these streets. Man,
That's gonna be a sick costume.
it is going to. Can you imagine? But he stays so true to it. I haven't seen him do anything. I've never seen this guy in a
Never
tie.
seen this guy in a shirt.
No,
Like, this is how I sleep.
army fatigues.
I wouldn't even
the beret
straight up.
Is it a beret?
Wouldn't even recognize him.
Yeah. If he
Wouldn't
wore,
even
it
recognize
would be
him.
like Superman, right? He just puts on glasses and a suit. No, it was like,
Puts
who's
on
this guy?
glasses. That would throw me off completely. You didn't even say anything about
Who's this guy?
glasses.
Yeah.
Hat backwards. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's good for him. Maybe he's making it harder for him to be spotted in other situations because
No,
like
we're
his life is at risk.
I'm sure other people can.
They can
tell
figure it
it's
out
him.
who it is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's just you and me because we're ignorant.
Ah, man. Have you watched Sinners yet?
No, I haven't. Did you?
No. I'm gonna have to figure out when I can go watch it. But
Look at
honestly,
this.
bro, let me tell you this.
Okay.
So now I've gotten one level past going to like Cineplex, like AMC VIP. It's not AMC anymore, right? It's just Cineplex. I can't even do that anymore. Now I go to Landmark Theaters,
Whoa.
which is like there's one in Whitby or Ajax,
Dang.
and I go there to watch movies
Why?
now.
Is like a fantastic theater?
No,
They've
not
got the good
particu-
screens?
Not particularly, but what they do have, like the seats are much better than the regular VIP because you can press a button and you can go, and it actually goes flat and stays flat. Like you don't have to constantly put like back pressure. You know, like have you gone to the VIP? Like you have to maintain
It's
some
a
back
slight
pressure.
workout the whole time. Yeah, and God forbid you adjust yourself because
Right?
it's like
It just-
it's
it
like
just
a Venus-
resets you.
Yeah, it's like a boa constrictor. It's
Right.
like, oh, you close it up, and it's got you now. You're like, oh, I gotta now open this
Right,
back up.
and
my
it's
whole
so
body.
squeaky. So that's number one.
Yeah.
And then number two, it's heated. Right, so you can press for the heated thing. So I like that. And then that's I think most of the theater, and then they have like super fancy seats, and that's where I normally go for because you just get more space.
Okay.
And it's just much more comfortable. And I don't know, not a lot of people are going to Landmark because it's out in Ajax, so you don't have to deal with like semi-idiots in. I just want to go where people are serious about watching a movie,
Bro, I wish you started off the conversation like this. Yeah, talk to me about that.
right? Because
People aren't serious. They're not really there to watch the movie. They're just there to experience being at the movie.
right, and then here's the deal. What I understand is this: like sometimes people are like, hey, I just want to take a break and watch a movie, right? And I don't know really that much about the movie. I'm just gonna sit here and watch it, and I'm gonna react in the weird ways that I am because I don't know what the fuck I'm watching.
Right.
Sorry, it's already scored. But there's other people who have an expectation of the movie, like they know the director, they know what they have a kind of an idea of what they're expecting. Right. They get over there and they interact with a movie in a regular way. Mm-hmm. They don't laugh at the wrong times, right? Undercutting a point, right? Or like sneezing and weird coughing, and then also going like not being able to regulate your bladder. Now you have to walk across everyone to go. Like I want serious moviegoers.
And that's where the good, hardworking people of Whitby come in.
I don't know, but Ajax Whitby seems to be a lot better over there. I did go watch the re-release of Interstellar on
Unlike these Utes.
that's the thing though. I don't like Etobicoke youth, they have some money, they come and watch it, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden like they're like giggling or
Right.
talking during the movie and
Talking
whatnot.
about scooters.
Listen, you can talk everywhere else.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not trying to even get into a confrontation about it. But as I've gotten older, like, listen, this is a $32 ticket price.
That's what's up. This is not a $16, $12 experience anymore.
It's fucking... And also, I don't come to movies that often, so I expect,
Yeah,
like...
you're dying.
some
You
level
are.
of decorum
Yeah.
for me to be able to enjoy this.
You have a stressful life. You're managing a family, a house. This is
Multiple houses,
You only
multiple
go.
mortgages.
You're gonna go to maybe 4 movies a year.
Yeah.
5 maybe if you're good.
Yeah.
Right. And these guys are snickering.
Yeah, that's it. So sometimes you got to do that, and other times you got to go in an odd hour. Like Saturday morning,
Yeah.
watch a movie,
Right.
matinee, buddy.
By yourself.
All you get is here, and here's the thing, right? Normally, right? No, I'm not gonna say anything about that. What I mean to say is that, like, if you see you're in the movie theater and it's filled with obvious nerd-looking people and overweight people,
Yeah.
they're great to be in the movie theater with.
If you're overweight and not a nerd, look into it. It's there for you. Trust me.
Because like they come in, they're serious.
Yeah.
Like nerds are serious about this. Like they came over. They might like it too much. Hence the reason why Disney has been like absolutely vomiting crap. Because every time a trailer comes out, they get in front of their camera and they watch it with a reaction and they have tears in their eyes. This trailer's shit, bro. Disney is not gonna message you and be like, "Hey, come watch get this movie." Stop trying to like suck off Disney just because like you want to be able to be like, "Hey, I just want to be at the premiere." This movie's shit. Stop trying to make it look like you love it. Anyway, I digress.
Dude, it's so funny when you get angry because I'm with you until you start cursing. I'm like, all right, okay.
Anyway,
I want to be supportive, but I want you, you know.
What I did enjoy was
Trying
like,
to suck off Disney is the funny. One of the funniest things you've said on our podcast is stop trying to suck off Disney, bro. Movie sucks.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like there's some of this stuff. Like there's a video online of a guy. It's pretty well known, right? Where he's watching like the third. Do you want to see? It?
I'll watch
wanna
whatever,
see it?
dude. I'm along with your fun rant.
All
fun.
right. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But anyway, I did go watch the re-release of Interstellar. I think we spoke about it a little bit. But
Dude,
like
my wife's watching Interstellar like once a week for the last month for some reason.
Oh, okay. She should have seen it on IMAX, bro. It was amazing. That movie ticket was pretty expensive
Such
too.
a depressing movie if you watch it.
What? No.
In a lot of ways, it's very depressing.
I guess, but like it's
That guy
it's
left his little daughter.
Yeah, because he had to essentially try to save humanity.
Okay, so then nothing to be sad about. Good work,
Yeah,
Papa.
good work.
Yeah,
But like that's the
she'll get it later.
you need some level of like sacrifice and tragedy and loss for it to be a full movie.
Yeah, it's just sad though. It's a good movie. It's like you can say like, hey, this movie about this super sad subject is super well done, but like shouldn't watch that movie 4 times in a month.
Oh, okay. It's like more of a
And like every time I come in, I'm like, did he die? Is she dying? What's happening? Is the kid dying? Does Matthew know? Is he in the bookshelf?
Oh man.
That's
yeah, the
creepy.
Tesseract part. That
Oh,
was really
yeah.
cool.
Oh man, my YouTube has been pushing Alien stuff at me. Not Alien Predator, like Ridley Scott's Alien.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I might need to watch those again.
Okay, we might have to. Hold on a second. Let me just click on this real quick.
Doing. Sorry about
Nice,
that.
what
I'm
is
going to
this?
turn this puppy up.
Okay, so this
There we
idiot
go.
is watching one of the more
Sorry
recent
about that.
Star
Years
Wars
ago.
Star
Yeah.
Wars trailers of the new ones. Okay,
Go.
Right.
right.
And let's do this.
Okay. Any chance he's faking it? Yeah. He might be the best actor.
What is he reacting to?
Dude, he's JOing under the desk.
1,000 generations live in you now.
Oh, come on. His eyebrows are going.
But this is your fight.
People see it through the tears. Oh, it's gorgeous.
What is gorgeous?
He's definitely crying.
Yep.
This is his screen name is Kitty
What's her
Kitty a cat.
No, it's someone else I posted.
I wanted to see what he's been up to since.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Dude. Many options. There could be many things happening with this gentleman. Oh, bro, this guy. He's either feeling this, or he's Oscar level. Look at this guy.
What? No, the Emperor. Skywalker.
God bless this guy. No, this is who he is. He's not trying to suck off anybody right now, dude.
How do they make this?
You think
more
this
and
is
more
for
epic
Disney?
every time? How do they make
What do you mean?
this more and
Oh,
more epic
like
every time?
You think they took him? Like they're like, come to the premiere, crybaby. We love it when people cry at our.
this level. Okay, listen. I'm not.
There's something wrong with him, right? That's
There has to be, right?
yeah. Either he's a very gifted actor and he's like, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
But geez, all the emotions I just saw, man. You could take a polygraph. This guy's a wuss.
Oh my
Sorry, I'm kidding.
god, dude.
But, you know.
so this is on the extreme end. What I mean to say is that there's a lot of this weird reactions to it.
A lot of weird people love. A lot of nerds are weird, dude.
That's
They're so oddly attached to their emotions in a lot of ways sometimes.
Yeah, and whatever like piece of I don't know fiction or whatnot that they've tied themselves to, and
It's religion to them.
yeah, and I think what happens is that like I don't know. I think you actually miss out on other stuff if you don't have religion as your like center your center line because I feel like I don't know if this guy's read Dune or watched the movies or like have you ever experienced anything outside of like Star Wars to realize on how bad this current generation of movies are? Like this is what
When was the last fantastic Star Wars worth crying about? Like the 80s? You know, worth crying about? Come on.
And even then what's interesting is that like
I'm happy for him. This is harmless in my opinion, and that's why I'm happy. If you've got this problem, it's it's a good problem to have.
One of the best problems to have,
you can have worse problems.
Yeah, he's not bothering anybody. I mean, he bothers me, obviously, but like, you know.
In a fun surface
Right,
level
yeah,
where you're
yeah,
like, you know, you're like,
yeah, that's as far as that goes. You know, but even a lot of the concepts within Star Wars is based off of Dune. Hence the reason why I like, you know, if you get to explore more and you don't have like an emotional reaction to like, you know how people like still stuck in Harry Potter? Yeah. Like they can't get past, like if like people are like, that's it for them.
What do you mean?
It's like
they compare everything. It's like they're Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of those people where you're like, "This is a really good show." Like, have you seen Breaking Bad? The character development in this,
right?
They should have killed his mother. I was like, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, no, it's always those people who have like one central like franchise, and then off of that is like they can't really appreciate anything else because everything else is from the lens of this one thing.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like there's still Potterheads that are stuck in being a Potterhead.
Great movie, dude. I watch Potter every now and then.
It is great. You know what? I haven't really went back to watch the movies.
I watch The Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's one of the best ones to watch, though.
It's great.
It's almost like a standalone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's great. And then it's just
Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince is probably one of the best ones.
Yeah.
It's also just fun to put on the Tribe Wizarding Goblet of Fire one. It's just fun. You can just stop at any time.
Cedric Gregory.
But the first couple are like nostalgic, anyways.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah.
Apparently they're redoing it
As a show.
Yeah, and they put Snape as a black dude.
Ooh, racist.
Which is weird. It's a weird selection, right? Because a lot of people were pointing out the fact that like, how is this going to work?
Can we pause first?
Yeah.
Who would? Okay, let's say they realize, hey, you know what? If you look at it, we don't have any blacks or Asians teaching at this school. We're gonna have like who would be a good selection to, or is like
to become black?
A black person, or maybe Asian, or even Indian.
Okay, so they have all of those races as students. They just don't have them as teachers.
Right.
So what you're asking me is, who in the teachers could you make like someone of color or Asian?
Right, or Indian.
What's that?
Yeah, a person of color is all
okay. So first of all, what I would do if I was part of casting and I wanted to do a race swap,
okay,
of a thing, I wouldn't go nuts. Like you can only do one. right?
Okay.
I think maybe that's kind of what they're doing, but they did the worst one. You can't. Snape's got to be a white dude.
Yeah, Snape's
right?
got to be a white dude.
Um,
Snape doesn't even seem right as anything other than a white dude.
right. And then also, you don't want.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
You can't be
He's also
slightly creepy all the time being a black dude. They wouldn't let you.
It doesn't. It like that's the thing though, right? It doesn't feel like it's a thing that could be done, right? And then also, like he's subjugated for being an odd person. They make fun of him, they
Right.
tease him, and that's part of his ethos as a character.
It becomes
so
a racial problem.
So now it becomes a racial problem, which is like like you're making it more complicated for yourself.
Yeah, did Harry's mother not want to marry him because, he's from the wrong side of the tracks?
Exactly.
They're
That's
like,
what
I'd
it is.
rather want to
This
have
is so dumb.
my
to have a
parents would
problem.
object to this, so I'm going to marry James.
Yeah. I would like.
Masala master. So the potions master gets switched with the masala master, and that guy
Okay,
or
he
gal,
doesn't have to be a spice master. He can just be a brown dude.
that's
So
a potions master, but the kids would call him masala master. All right, no problem.
all right. I would So potions or even the lady
Herbology.
Herbology.
Divination?
Right? Divination. You could put any kind of race that you want in there. That's
Yeah.
no big deal, right? Any one of those things would be one where like it doesn't disrupt too much, and you've added some like diversity to your cast, right? That being said, I don't think that it's absolutely important for you to have any diversity in your cast, right? Like, for example, Lord of the Rings is written by a guy who is in North England. He set it in North England, right? And that's how he envisioned Europeans to be there. It's like, what is it with this thing where like every town now has to be like super diversified? Like it's like New York in this like weird village.
It is
just,
odd.
Just put white. Like, you know what? Just the problem here is that like you're constantly trying to take like these stories that have already probably as a result of like preferential treatments towards white stories in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. Those are the things that rose up, and then those are the most popular, and hence those are the reasons that these things get adaptive to movies, right? What you should be doing is that you should be searching for like stories that comes from Black culture, right? And I know that's very difficult, but what I mean to say is that like that is something that's much easier to swallow. Not even to swallow, that would be appreciated, right? But like it's hard because like the person at the very top who even has like the money to go and decide what to fund, they're all white, right? And so like this is it's a weird problem to have because like obviously what you would want is like a Will Smith, like like Black royalty from like your like maybe Denzel, if Denzel ever decides that he wants to do like producing and funding projects, then they could choose better stories for them to say like this is what we want to adapt, and it's like a story within like African culture or whatever it is that you think that is worthwhile to bring to the fore, right? But it requires like at the very high up to have someone that's willing to invest in like money into potentially an IP that they don't know will make that much money, might even lose money. I mean, like you do another Lord of the Ring, they think that's a slam dunk. So like, but like it's cheap. Right, making your whole village about like Asians, blacks, and then whites in Lord of the Rings, and then saying, "Hey, look at the diversity we've done." This is chump change. This is not a service to minorities, if you will. This is not a service to Black culture. It's not a service to like just because you put a bunch of Indians now in.
Well, that's your opinion.
No,
because to the artist on screen who's getting paid, it is. So you're like, I know it's not the impact. Some people, but like
I mean, they're getting work, so
they're getting work.
I guess
that work might lead to other work. That might lead to other work.
Right. Well, the thing is that they're very well. There are okay. So I take your point. However, like there are certain genres that I think opens itself up to like diversification, and then there's other genres that should be like
that's the thing, and that's the funny part is
like you're doing a cop drama, like you doing like a cop like movie or whatnot.
I wonder like how hard it is to just throw up an all white movie because it needs to be an all white movie.
Now it's impossible.
Yeah,
it's which I think is something that it's taken a little bit away.
Yeah, and these kids won't know the difference.
No,
we do because we're like that's odd
Yeah.
because is there like. There's these elves,
Yeah.
and some of them are Asian. So,
Yeah.
does China have elves? They're like, yes, it must. I'm like, let's watch that movie.
Right.
I don't really want to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I rather want to watch
Yeah. See, but like if you want to watch like uniform culture movies, then you'd have to watch foreign movies. Like you go to like you watch a Japanese movie, you're just going to see Japanese people. You watch a Chinese movie, like generally speaking,
Sure.
right? Because they're telling stories that's unique to them, and they don't really they don't have the same like drive to like force in a different like thing. So like if you want things that you feel like accurate, then you could watch like foreign movies, and then
Yeah.
you would get that. But like with regards to like Lord of the Rings, now that stuff is done now. It's already
I
moved on.
agree.
You can't really like it's not even like you can wait for Hollywood to provide you with like something like that would be accurate.
It's one of those things with sci-fi and fantasy. Sometimes people who are remaking movies, they take liberties. Even like with Star Trek, this was said when because like the first was Shatner. There's a black lady flying this plane, dude.
Right. Yeah.
There's a black lady. Some countries didn't allow black ladies to start driving
Until like, 5 years
until
ago.
this century.
yeah.
And when it came out, people were like, "This is so distracting." There's a black woman flying this ship,
Right.
Right? And
Yeah.
She's talking all normal, and there's no jive.
So
No, I'm literally talking about an article. I asked ChatGPT to pull up what were the headlines when this
Right.
happened, and there was a lot of
is
this.
it Ahura? When Ahura was is
Yeah.
it Ahura the
Yeah, the OG Lieutenant
Yeah.
Ahura.
You know what's funny though, right? So you're asking me, and I'm like a staunch, like, I don't know, purist of
There's
the
a guy with
story.
a Russian accent. He's like, "Great Scott!
Yeah.
How is that possible? Is Scotland still a country
Right.
when it's 20,000 years?"
Yeah, no. But the thing is that like when I'm thinking about like Star Wars, like, also I think that sci-fi is positioned better for like how do we say like change in demographic, like diversity, diversifying your cast. It lends itself to that more correctly because we're talking about like way in the future, which is like a different set of social circumstances,
Totally.
right? Because like again, I go back to the Lord of the Rings or like any one of these fantasy things. They're built around like ancient feeling times, right? And like no, like England and whatever. Like they were even written by people who probably never saw black people, right?
Right.
So like the thing is that or any other type of culture, and they only knew Arabs were somewhere, you know.
Right.
And
You
then
make up all sorts of
exactly
stuff about 'em.
right. And so, but that's different. But like with Star Wars, like Star Trek, right? I don't register like I feel like the reason why people didn't like that was like a fair bit of racism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's just like they just like it or sexism or whatever. But those were those were like bigoted limitations of the time, right? Because having Lieutenant Uhura pilot the ship doesn't break the reality that's the social contract that you signed to watch Star Trek.
Unless like
right?
you're some sort of crazy racist, or like there's no way in the future they'll have the brain capacity. to do
Exactly.
this.
So like the thing is that like that doesn't break the world.
Yeah.
Right. And having the black guy with who's blind.
Yes.
Is he blind?
Jordy's blind. Yeah,
Jordy's blind.
He sees like UV rays and stuff.
Okay, it's fantastic, right?
It's great.
But like having those characters and the Russian guy, and then there's a thing with accents where you have to kind of let it go.
Right.
Like I watched Chernobyl. Everyone's got a British accent, but they're supposed to be
You can't get that many Brits to have a good Russian accent.
no. But the thing is that like if you were to do that movie and you can't do a Russian accent, you can't just do it in an American accent.
Right.
Right? It's too jarring because it's too close to like
No, I get your
right.
point.
So they're like, you know what? Everyone got British.
Yeah.
And somehow it kind of works. You don't even register it.
Also, in the Star Trek thing, like the future of the writer, who's very progressive, is like, yeah, eventually you can have people from different countries and genders and races and species be on a ship.
Yeah.
Like that's his whole like.
right. That was
you know,
it's like his ethos. But it was
It's his
But,
ethos.
but the thing is
he
that
had
like,
friggin' Shatner screwing every alien that he could find. It was wild.
but you see, the thing is that it comes from like the genesis of that idea comes from the guy who wrote the IP and the guy who like develops the international like the intellectual property has a logical backing as to how these people ended up on the ship together.
Right,
You get what
because
I'm
to
trying to
him, they're not just ingredients that he got from the store. He's just like, I
Exactly.
made these from scratch.
Right.
These are my characters.
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
the onus is on. Let me flip it the other way, right? Imagine, right, if America somewhere in the future where like Trump is like we got to go way back to where it's only white people in the thing, and then they did another Star Trek and they eliminated all of these people of color from that, and they're like it's just white people now, right? And it's men because we can't have women; they're too emotional on the flight deck, right? That would also be a problem for me because like that is not the vision of the original of the guy who wrote it.
Or real life.
Yeah, or real life.
I like how you went with the,
I always choose canon over anything else. But
Cool. Well,
let's see, what time is it right now? We're close. Let me show you a video. Let's see if we can get I saved a couple over here.
I learned that a lot of different insects eject the females, like after sex, they'll capture the sperm, and then later it just like, just eject it. Grasshoppers do it, crickets,
Eject
fruit fly,
what?
the sperm. If the females don't like it, they just send it back.
Oh, they just send it back?
They just
How
flush
can
it.
they tell? How can they tell if they don't like it?
Sometimes they're just like, you know what? I got an up close look at that thing. I don't want my kids to have those antennas.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that you think that you did some good work, and
What
as
if
you're
you do it and you die like a lot of creatures do? They
yeah,
have
that's
sex
even
once.
worse,
Yeah.
right? But if you die, then you don't see the female throwing it away.
Yeah, that would be the worst. As
Right?
you're
It's like
dying-
as you walk away, your chest just pops up. You're like, "Yo, I did some good work there." You
Yep.
look back, and she's like,
Yeah.
You're like,
You're like, only 4 more hours to live. Did what I'm supposed to.
"Oh,
And you
that's
step in
horrible."
something. You're like, hey, this looks familiar.
All right, I don't know what this is, but I think it's a cat video, so we're just gonna let this roll.
I think this cat does a flip off the wall. Boom. Yeah, these are great. Oh, what? This one's nothing. This one's sick. What? Judo throw? Whoa,
no.
The butt flop. Yo, this dog had nothing. That dog was
There's
like...
no jujitsu, no wrestling. Oh my god, look at this.
The head control, dude. Oh, he's got him.
They choked
He's
out.
got him. That's so crazy.
Oh my god.
Dang. Wow.
Unbelievable resurrection for the Undertaker. Doing. I can see one
Jeez.
flaw in Carlito's.
Yo, the short twitch, the long twitch, whatever.
Everything is working.
That's adorable at the end.
All right.
Nice.
On that's been episode 494.
So people don't get to see any of that and they just hear us laughing a lot?
No, on the YouTube video,
Ah.
I download the clip and I overlay it on the video.
There you go,
Yeah,
people.
but I put it at the end, so the people who listen to it in audio, they don't feel like they had to skip a lot,
Yeah.
because it's just us reacting to,
I love it.
cats wrestling, I guess.
Is this one where a guy rides over a motorcycle and hops the motorcycle?
No, I mean it's equally amazing. You want to see it?
Let's see it. I didn't see
All
it.
right. Okay. The guy who is doing this, I believe, is the king of MotoGP, a guy named Rossi. All right, watch this. Watch this replay. It's essentially a replay. All right, watch this carefully. Guy falls.
Yeah.
Right, and you see the motorcycles fly through as they drive. Right. Look at the slow
Yeah.
motion. Look at the slow motion.
Yeah.
That motorcycle slides through. This guy doesn't stop. Number 46.
Also,
Wait.
look at this camera work.
Wait.
Ooh, the Matrix!
Bro, he's in a turn. He's racing in a turn. He does not let go of that throttle.
Oh, Madonna playing in the back.
He doesn't let go of that throttle. You know how crazy? This is all happening at like 200 something kilometers an hour.
Take you there. Bruh,
That is insane.
this guy can die right now. Not right now, but like he has, he's got great footage of himself doing death-defying stuff. This guy just rolling like a loser. Sorry.
I don't know. I love this video. Number 46.
So
I
there's
think his name is Valentino.
I was listening
Rossi.
to Bill Burr's podcast.
Yeah.
And he was like, last week, he was super into motorcycle racing for some reason. Bill Burr is. And he was talking about this, which made me pause the podcast and go look this up.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy and this guy get a roll. This guy's a fucking guy. And I was like, let me pause this. And I watched this thing.
Yeah.
And it was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it actually is better with Madonna playing in the back for some reason.
Sometimes a meme video,
Yeah.
the selection is correct.
It is correct.
You know. All right. On that note, 494. Thank you for hanging with us. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.